Sean, a strapping young Marine, lived a life of order and discipline. He loved the Corps. He loved his uniform. Every morning he would meticulously inspect his uniform that he laid out the night before, ensuring everything was perfect. He kept his small apartment spotless, a reflection of his military precision. Except, of course, for the cat, Tiger. Tiger was an orange tabby with a face that could make an onion cry and the mischievous soul of Satan. His antics were legendary. He was, in every sense of the word, an asshole waiting to happen. No shelf was safe, no item too precious. Sean loved Tiger, he really did. Despite the chaos, there was a bond between the two. He'd snatched him from the local shelter, where he should have probably left him. He taught him, or tried to, not to scratch up the furniture, and even shared his beer with him. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Tiger, in return, seemed to view Sean as his personal punching bag and occasional food dispenser. Their playful interactions were a daily routine. And, as Sean would soon discover, a urinal. Every night, with the precision of a drill instructor, Sean would lay out his uniform for the next day. He took immense pride in his appearance, ensuring that every detail was immaculate. Every crease was perfect, every ribbon perfect, every Irish pennant was clipped. The uniform was a reflection of his discipline and commitment. It was a thing of beauty, a testament to his dedication. Sean's nightly ritual was a source of personal pride and satisfaction. And every night, like clockwork, Tiger would saunter in, tail twitching, and proceed to piss all over Sean's neatly laid out uniform. It was as if the cat hated Sean, or was into practical jokes. The problem was the piss dried. And the smell was unnoticeable to Sean. When he was at work, he constantly smelled cat piss. He'd sniff the air suspiciously, wrinkle his nose at his Marines, convinced they were the source of the unholy stench of cat piss. "Lance Corporal Whitehead, you smell like cat piss." "You need to wash your ass," he'd bark, convinced the Marine was the culprit. Whitehead, a scrawny Marine with a crazy eye, looked totally confused. "But Corporal, I showered this morning." He'd sound off, leaving Sean even more convinced he was the one. Sean finally realized later that the smell was him the whole time. One afternoon, Sean came home for lunch, eager for a quick bite and a moment of peace. He had been looking forward to this all day, imagining the comfort of his cozy apartment. He plopped down in his favorite chair, his Papa-Son chair, sighing contentedly as he sank into the cushion bowl. The chair seemed to hug him, offering a brief relief from his hectic day. But his peace was short-lived. He smelled something. It was shit. Suddenly he leaped up with a scream that could have woke the dead. Tiger, the furry little bitch, had struck again. This time it wasn't pee. It was worse. Much, much worse. It was shit! Furious, Sean tore off his shit-covered uniform, his mind racing and pissed off beyond anything you could possibly imagine. He spiked it in the trash with a force that matched his anger. He was late getting back to base, and his explanation, "My cat, sir. He outdid himself today. He shit in my chair and I sat in it." It was met with stunned silence. The absurdity of the situation was almost too much to bear. This was followed by the obnoxious laughter of his men and platoon sergeant. That was it. The cat had to go. He couldn't take it anymore. The embarrassment, the frustration, it was all too much. That night when he got home, he grabbed Tiger by the scruff, stomps out the apartment with Tiger in hand and throws him in the trunk of his car. He never thought it would come to this, but he had no other choice. He drove him to the beach and released him into the wild under the pier. Sean was resolute. He'd reached his limit. The cat, his furry little nemesis, had finally pushed him too far. It was a difficult decision, but one he knew he had to make for his own sanity. Later, he told his wife he had left the door open and Tiger ran away.